What is the most classic creature that a D&D party can face? Is it the mischievous goblin? Maybe it's the mind-bending mind flayer? Or how about the classic beholder? Nah, there's one monster that stands above all others. The quintessential monster of D&D that any party's gotta face to finish a campaign. Well, it just so happens my party is rolling into the final battle, and I've got something to up the stakes. An ancient red dragon. Stick around, you're gonna wanna see how this one was made because it was a real battle. My name is Troy, welcome back to Facility D20. So the first thing we gotta do here is get a dragon STL, and not any STL, an epic dragon STL. So what do you do when you need something like that? You hit up your friends and say, hey man, you got any of those STLs? And luckily enough, one of my buddies had a pretty sweet dragon mini from Lord of the Print, and I thought, hey man, that's perfect. So he hit me up, so let's get it in the printer, slice it up and get going. Using Chitubox, I sliced up a pile of these pre-supported STL files, and I made sure I went in and used a photon validator to ensure there weren't any unsupported islands, and if there were any unsupported islands, I poked a few of my own supports in there. You can see that this photon validator is awesome for finding islands. Just like that, boom, island supported. So this is my 20th take at this. Files are loaded into the flash drive. It's 11 o'clock on a Monday night, I'm super tired, but if I want to get this thing done in time for my players, I gotta get printing because I got a whole week ahead of me. Igloo Mars, standard polymer gray, that's what we're gonna go with because that's all I got. Make sure we give it a nice good shape. Let's load it into this printer and start the printing. With the files loaded, this dragon is about to take flight. I'm going to apply a little tiny bit of PTFE dry lube into the vat on the bottom so that we don't have any problems with the prints not adhering to the build plate and sticking, but this should be enough to last all these prints. So what you want to do is just rub it on a microfiber cloth and just little tiny bit. That's enough. Top up the resin, wipe it down, hit print and let the battle begin.
What have we done?
Guys, if you're liking this video, go ahead and smash that like button and let me know in the comments if you ever printed anything epic like this. So unfortunately, we've got a failed print. To me, it looks like the vacuum pulled it from the support, so those are pretty little support. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and I'm going to change the settings, increase the exposure time a little bit, and add some more heavy supports. Hopefully this can take care of the problem. Yeah, look how slight these supports are. I'm not convinced that these supports are going to hold this model this big. Decided to go in and add a few of my own heavy supports and try this body again. Maybe that's all it needed. Looks like something printed anyway. Let's take it out of there and see what we're working with. This is the main body and it looks like it printed. Oh, we might have some sort of issue on the go right here. Gonna have to take it under the close cam, clean these supports up and see what we really got here. Yeah, after close inspection, the kneecap didn't print and neither did the shoulder blade. So in the meantime, I threw the base back on and tried to print that. Hey look, the base failed too. We're off to a good start. Oh, try it again with a different piece. Okay, that's enough of this bullshit. You know how they say when you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself? Well, I'm gonna go support these models myself, and I'm gonna make this damn dragon print. So I went ahead and supported the head totally myself, but then didn't add enough resin.
Who are you that would stand against me?
The second attempt though, it printed like a charm. So once that one was accomplished, I went ahead and I sliced up the hands and feet and threw that one on the printer, hoping for the best now. Only 2 of 4 printed.
What will you do now, Bowman?
Oh man, this has been a battle, this print. Honestly guys, I'm at the point where I'm thinking, man, I just might quit and use one of these dragons here as a proxy. But you know what? It's like life. If things get tough, you can't let it beat you. I'm gonna get tougher. I'm gonna get this to print. I'm not gonna stop until I get to print. I don't care what I gotta do or how long I gotta take, because my party needs to fight a red dragon and I got to get them a red dragon. So stick around guys, because we're gonna make this happen. I leveled the bed, added some more resin. After my adjustments, I printed again. This time I started with the left wing. It was a success. I moved on to the second part of the left wing. Just like that, another success. The bed was level, I was confident, and I kept on rolling. Printed a hand and part of the tail. Kept it moving. Kept printing, kept getting successes. Made sure I added a little bit of resin, little bit of adjustments, make sure I wasn't going to fail this time around.
Little to your left. That's it.
And it printed perfectly. Let's try the second wing. Part 1. Make sure there was nothing sticking to the vat. Part 2. Both successful. Back to the base. No problems this time around with my supports. I was feeling confident. But she wasn't going down without a fight. Man, this thing is fighting me right to the bitter end. Look how far that's pulled from the build plate. I won't be surprised if this model is distorted. Let's get it out of there and see what it looks like. But after a closer inspection, the body printed fine, and that was the last piece done. Print finished.
Smaug is dead.
Guys, if you like this video, smash that subscribe button. We're trying to make a push to 2,000 members of the facility by the end of July, and I'd love to have you come along. Next thing I had to do was clean out the supports, and I like to do this before I wash and cure the model. I find they just clip off easier that way. Once that was done, it was time to drop it in a bath of simple green with my Anycubic wash and cure machine. I had to sink this guy because he was hollow. Set it to 25 minutes. And got to washing. This thing spins one way, slows down, and then spins the next way. Once it was dry, I threw it in for 7 minutes and let the UV light cure it. 7 minutes worked really good here. Beer time. It was a hell of a print. So what I gotta do now is go in and clean up all these little extra bits of supports that attach to the model. Assembly, I use a combination of Crazy Glue and Gorilla Glue. And the drying time was pretty fast on this, and it went together fairly decently. There's some gaps that I'm going to clean up before I paint this thing. So make sure you hit subscribe because the next thing I'm going to do is paint this dragon. Super looking forward to that. It's going to be epic. The wings of the thing was absolutely massive. This was by far the biggest lineless print that I've done so far. And all his fire-breathing glory. This thing weighs a ton, but it turned out super cool. Guys, go ahead, smash subscribe, check out some more awesome videos on my channel. I printed this really cool ship that's going to be part of this final battle along with this dragon. You're going to want to check it out, and there's an epic druid coming up soon too I'm going to print.